Hi everyone, welcome to this first ever online forum with Unionbank and Olern entitled Rethinking Business Strategies, How You Can Go Digital to Future-Proof Your Business. Kumusta kayo lahat? I'm Ilao, the founder of Olern and also co-founder of Tarkie. For those of you who are watching, please say hi and where are you from sa ating chat box, okay? Please say hi and where are you from sa ating chat box. This is the first online forum that we're doing with Unionbank to help the SMEs cope with this enhanced quarantine or what we call quarantine economy. So, a lot of businesses were caught flat-footed in this lockdown, so they're scrambling to cope with the situation. And frankly, we've been talking to many SMEs, and they are really, really severely affected. So the question is, how can you survive as an SME? What can you do to remodel your business, to re-strategize, given the situation that we are in? And that's the reason why we've gathered 4 speakers to share with you different perspectives in this quarantine economy. And to all the viewers, again, please say hi and where you are watching this broadcast in the comment section. But before we go any further, please let me introduce my co-host for tonight, the founder of Retail Academy, Mr. Eric Caeg. Yan, hi Sir Eric, kumusta?
And it's exciting. Tonight we have 4 subject matter experts. Again, for the benefit of our fellow SMEs, they will learn a lot of tips from our speakers tonight.
Yes, very exciting kasi nga sabi a lot of businesses hindi alam kung paano gagawin. Ano nang gagawin nila that given the situation that we are in right now. So I think this is going to be an exciting discussion. So ready na ba kayo mga viewers natin? Ayan, marami nang nanonood, Sir Eric, from different parts of the world. So Taguig, meron from Albay and Valenzuela as well. So for those of you who just came in, please say hi and where are you from sa ating chat box. So yan, we can say hi and participate in this broadcast. Ayan. Sir Eric, we'll introduce our first our guests now. So
Okay.
yeah, let me introduce first the Vice President of Unionbank SME Platforms Head. Please help me welcome Mr. Jaypee Soliman. Hi, Jaypee.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, kumusta ka, Jaypee?
Enjoying.
Good evening.
Enjoying this so many web events, puro mga digital, puro virtual learning, puro virtual training, puro virtual meetings. It was fun actually.
Yeah, do you feel that you're working harder now that we are in this enhanced quarantine?
Well, number one, nag-triple yung dami ng meetings compared dati. Kasi wala ka ng travel time, like
Yes.
traffic time and all these things. So kaya minsan sunod-sunod. But working harder, but I guess this is something new for everyone. So I guess work from home really works, no?
Yeah. So, sige, let me introduce our next speaker. Yeah. So, he is the co-founder of Mercato Centrale, EnterPH, and Easy Franchise. Please welcome Mr. RJ Ledesma. Hi, RJ.
Hey.
Hi, Eric. Hi,
Good evening, RJ.
Jaypee. Sa lahat. Finally, it's nice to be not usually a moderator ngayon, pero ngayon isang resource speaker. At you know what?
Yeah.
I'm very glad to be with you guys here right now because I wear 3 hats sa tatlong negosyo. At bilang moderator rin ng ibang mga forums, I think I've gained a lot of different insights which I'd really like to share with our mga kababayans at mga kanegosyante who are thinking of ways on how to adjust their business during these times of crisis. So again, thanks so much for inviting us. And for those who've got comments or questions, please make sure to sign up in our comment box right below so we can entertain your questions.
Yes, very exciting. I know yung Mercato and the foodpreneurs, RJ, are really affected with this
Yes.
enhanced lockdown. So yun, we're excited to look, we're looking forward to your insights on
share my
paano nga ba
insights
sila mag really strategize. Yan.
Salamat po.
Okay. And then our next speaker is she is the COO of Taxumo, founder also of Manila Workshops, and a blogger. Please help me welcome. I'll put myself on the backside muna so I can show her Miss Ginger Arboleda. Hi, Ginger.
RJ, and hi sa lahat ng mga nanonood, to all the SMEs, to all of the professionals and freelancers. Hello to all of you, and thank you for inviting me to be one of the speakers in this webinar.
Yes, excited din. I'm sure, kwentuhan mo kami mamaya, Ginger, because I'm sure marami sigurong nagpa-file ngayon using Taxumo because of the lockdown. Yeah, okay. And then our next speaker actually is the Executive Director of Digital Commerce Association, Mr. MJ Panganiban. Yan. Hi, MJ. Ayan.
Hi, everyone. Yun. So, thank you for having me here. So I'm MJ and I'm with the Digital Commerce Association of the Philippines. So thank you
Yes.
for having us.
Siguro, Sir Eric, for our first questions, kumustahin muna natin sila, 'di ba? Kumusta yung mga businesses nyo, and how are you coping up in this situation? Who wants to start?
I'll probably go first na lang.
Yeah, sige, Ginger.
So that you can show RJ later on. So, first of all, I think we're doing okay, no? Well, in terms of like Taxumo, it's an online service for filing taxation. So, I guess a lot of people, especially during the lockdown, needed help, lalo na nung hindi pa nag-a-announce ng BIR extension to May 15, no, for the annual ITR taxes. So a lot of people were coming to us asking us like, paano ba mag-file online? How do I pay online? So we've been giving guidance to a lot of the MSMEs, especially the sole proprietors and the professionals and the freelancers in the Philippines. Unfortunately, though, we had to cut off some manual services. Like we used to give like yung mga business registration services namin. these are very manual kasi, no? So you really have to have someone that goes to the LGU or someone who goes to the RDO or Revenue District Office of the BIR to sort of fix the papers of a certain business owner who wants to start a business. So yun yung mga types of services that we put on hold as of the moment. So business, yeah, yung business registration. We also had yung, let's say, yung mga transferring of RDO. So that isn't something right now that we can offer. The main reason really why we stopped offering all of these manual face-to-face services is really for the protection also of our employees. So we made it a point in Taxumo, the way we handled yung enhanced community quarantine nga natin, no? It's really to first protect yung aming employees from this. So we made sure that everyone was okay at their homes, in their homes. And then so that's why we decided to stop all manual interactions until further notice. Siguro an insight lang. So a lot of people might think, no, parang siguro tumaas yung revenue or something like that, no, in terms of like subscriptions namin. Yes, a lot of people ask, but what we've seen is that due to uncertainty as well, a lot of these business owners hold on to their cash. So maybe for subscription-based businesses, that's something that you might want to think of, no, rethink, because a lot of them would be, since they're uncertain of what will happen to their businesses, they don't know where to sort of budget their cash. So not a lot of, and I've noticed now, a lot of our MSMEs in the Philippines, we go on a day-to-day basis with the cash that we have now. So parang our cash is just enough for the next paycheck, of our employees, for the next bill, for the next tax filing. So with everything that's been going on right now, a lot of uncertainty has been brought about by that, no? So not a lot of us have emergency funds to go to. We're not that liquid. So we've seen that may mga people who unsubscribe, may mga people din naman who want na, okay, I'll do it this online, I'll take care of this because it's a responsibility that I have to attend to, even if basically parang yun nga, na parang there are a lot of things pa going on, no? So yun yung mga nakikita namin na insights, no, that maybe a move that we did pala was we had the annual ITR on a one-time fee na lang. So we did it na parang introduce kami ng one-time fee. So as low as 888 pesos, you can already file your annual income tax return with us. So this was a move that we made also to help a lot more people or a lot more businesses. And we also are giving like a free 2-month subscription to all of our frontliners, medical professionals. Kasi syempre, diba, stress na nga sila with what their profession, what they're doing, how they're helping out. So we want to alleviate the pain pa of like thinking about that there.
Yeah, that's a good insight. Also for RJ naman, I know that a lot of foodpreneurs are really affected with the enhanced quarantine. How is Mercato Merchants doing? And
Great question. So let's talk a bit about more crisis management. At least what we're doing here right now. Hopefully, I get to share my experiences, and people get to learn. Now, stepping back a bit more, now I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur. So that means that I do several type businesses. Like there's Mercato Centrale, there's EnterPH, and there's Easy Franchise. Thematically, in my head, all those businesses tie into each other, but they're also slightly diversified. And why is that? Because let's say that one business does not make money, the other business should be making money. It's like in the stock market, you call that beta coefficient. They should move differently from one another. So let me just discuss with you the different businesses and how we're handling this COVID lockdown right now. Now, across all of them, a bit of echo lang, no? So we have to turn off their camera. Thanks. But they're also slightly diversified. And why is that? Because let's say that one business does not make money, the other business should be making money. So I'll hold on until we fix the camera. It's a technical difficulty. There.
Sige.
Okay,
yes, RJ.
Anyway, so having said that, I want to explain how each of the businesses is handling the crisis. Now, across the three of them, what had to become evident was that we all had to do work from home, and we all had to make remote work work. If before it wasn't possible, right now everybody had to learn how to do remote work. And from different stages, almost all of the businesses that we could do has benefited from doing work from home. But we've had to increase the level of productivity tools to make sure that we're able to watch all of them. Now, the first business, all my businesses, Mercato, EnterPH, and Easy Franchise, are sort of like what you call marketplaces, where we bring people together and we sort of business match people, if you think about it. So for the first one, Easy Franchise, it's our digital platform that connects franchisors to franchisees, right? So we connect franchise owners with people who want to invest in franchises. We match them online, and when that actually happens, there's no physical contact that's actually needed, because we built a dashboard for franchisors. And yes, Malin, ako the boy from the Royal True Orange commercial. Ako pa rin yan, boy pa rin yan, boy yung dating ko. Anyway, so what we did is when we put together that sort of like a dashboard for our franchisors, it made more of our processes digital or online. So it was a bit more simple for us to actually go work from home doing this crisis management. But the question now here is, paano kayo kumukuha ng mga kliyente at this time, di ba? Are people still coming in? Actually, what's very interesting right now is we continue to get our clients, because many of the clients we're getting for Easy Franchise are actually not many local people who want to get franchises, but mostly OFWs who want to invest in franchises here in the Philippines. And they also invest in an outsourced service of Easy Franchise to help them manage that business. So tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan. But what we're seeing right now is really a pivot of what they are looking for in terms of franchises that they want to invest in. Obviously, because of COVID and because of social distancing concerns and all these different things, syempre, yung mga salon ngayon are not doing too well, or all service things are not doing too well in terms of inquiries. But what's actually increasing are those which are the essential services, yung convenience store, yung increases for pharmacy, for water refilling, for LPG gas. So really essential businesses are increasing. So in terms of crisis management, we've had to manage by all doing remote work at home, and we've had to also repurpose some people right now. So since we cannot directly connect with people all being home, we're doing right now our own version of Easy Franchise online seminars to teach people, basically to teach people how to be able to operate this, to teach people about, educate our clients online and to keep engaging them. No, for EnterPH, the business for EnterPH, we are actually a business consultancy firm that helps foreign businesses offshore or outsource their business to the Philippines. So yung negosyo na rin na yan is technically not also being affected by COVID too much, because we didn't really have any physical contact with any of our clients. They were all digital. They were all our business was being done online. Our marketing, our growth hacking efforts were being done all online, and our workers can continue to work from home. In fact, I was very happy to know that we were able to close some clients here as well. And the advantage of this type of business is that, if you think about it, is that, the messaging which we can eventually communicate here is that for the rest of the world, we all need to do cost recovery, right? The big businesses in the developed countries have to do cost recovery. And one of the best ways to do cost recovery is to bring down your costs by possibly outsourcing your business to the Philippines. Because, it's 20% of the cost of doing it in a developed country like in the US. So when the COVID crisis is over, or even when it's going on right now, and you're trying to rein in your costs, you want to go to a country where the costs are lower, and hopefully they can do it over here in the Philippines. And you know what? Unfortunately, some people will be out of a job, and the labor market might actually be a bit more larger. The unemployed might be a bit more large after this one. So there's a silver lining. We can get more jobs for people in these outsourced markets. But now here's the big thing: Mercato Central. Mercato Central was the biggest night food market. We had over 50 vendors which operated there in BGC. And because of the lockdown, and because as well, at the same time, it's a place of mass gathering. We couldn't gather a lot of people over there. We had to shut down, just like everybody else. So what did we have to make sure of? First of all, we often tell people this one: you have to take a look at once immediately at what your funds are. You have to immediately take a look what your funds are and see, okay, how much runway do I have for the next 2 to 3 months to cover your fixed cost, because that doesn't change, and what are your variable costs moving forward. And that's what we had to do. We had to see, because if push comes to shove, the most important thing that you must make sure of is that your people are okay, that you get to continue paying your people. Am I right, Eric and the rest? So we have to make sure that we have enough money to pay off our people, because when this crisis is over, we have to figure out, if even if the business, is not doing too well, the only best resource you have are the people running your business for you, because they know your business. So you've got to keep them. Immediately, we had to put in place flexi work arrangements. Immediately, we had to continue negotiating with them, tell them, we found out that constant communication with them was important, that we were doing something for them, that we assured at least the first salary was there. And then the rest, it's a matter of negotiating with your people with regard to, can we use the VL, can we use the SL, can we do deferred salary structure arrangements? Because you have to see that sana sila may pagmamalasakit sila sa negosyo, because they also see, as the owners, you're doing your best also to keep that runway over there. Next thing, in a business like that, you've got to negotiate with your lessors. You've got to do the loans. That's the most important thing right now, and you've got to keep that conversation going right now. That's what we've been trying to do on that part over there. Next one, it's very important to continue communicating with your clients. At sino ba yung mga kliyente namin? Yung mga kliyente namin are actually our food vendors, right? The first thing to do is, you've got to call, you have to call them all up and ask them, how are you doing in crisis like this? I mean, no need to talk about finance. We're all problematic. We're zero sales, right? We're all zero sales. But you've got to contact them, because they're all anxious, they're scared, they're fearful of what's going to be happening next. You've got to create a line of communication. I work in a co-working space for Mercato, and I was so comforted by the fact that the CEO of the co-work space called me up and asked me, RJ, how are you doing? I know that we've got to talk about so many other things after this is done, but I just want to know, are you doing okay? So I made sure that we checked on all the people if they were doing okay, where they were. Were they safe? Are their families safe? Were they healthy? Now, after that's done, one thing we've realized is also very important is that we were caught flat-footed in terms of not thinking digitally for our business. And Jaypee's over there, because right now, it has always been in our sort of like in the back of our minds, okay, we need other revenue streams or business models that have a digital transformation component. For example, what if we could have developed our own online delivery during the time that the business was ongoing? That always takes a back seat, because of course there's the day-to-day thing that you have to run. But all of a sudden, this is the key business that you have to do. You have to immediately go all online, and we have to figure out how to make it work. So, during Black Swan events like this one, ibig sabihin na Black Swan, a once in a million type of lifetime event, right, which is happening right now, which you cannot anticipate. We've got to figure a way to, like entrepreneurs, diba? There's opportunity in crisis. So we said, how do we shift now our business model? So you go back to the idea right now that as entrepreneurs, diba, what are we doing in the business? What does the business stand for? So Mercato, we are a business incubating food businesses. We help incubate and mentor food businesses. So does it matter if we have a physical structure or an online structure to do that one? So what we're doing right now is we're building what we call the Mercato Favorites Cloud Kitchen, where we are aggregating all our different vendors, and we're able to create a network of vendors from the north to the south, where the vendors are producing the food from out of their own homes. It's hard to consolidate them into one kitchen right now, because they're all a bit fearful of being in one kitchen, obviously because of COVID, but they're okay if they're all quarantined in their own homes. We work with them. Then we were able to get riders who were unemployed, because basically you can't get people from Gas or from Grab, because not many of them have jobs right now. And we're now turning our Mercato Facebook really into a digital platform and marketplace for people to directly buy food from these people. And what's nice is that because there's a meaningful and relevance to them to buy, diba? Like right now, if you buy from a fast food person, a fast food restaurant, you're supporting a company. But if you buy from us, from our vendors, you are supporting the income of a small food vendor, somebody who really needs the money right now. In this particular instance, you're paying the salary of an unemployed driver who really needs the money at the same time. So again, It's really that if you step back, it's saying now we have to digitally transform our business, think of innovative business models and what we can do different to react to this type of crisis situations.
Yeah, thank you so much, RJ. Loads and loads of information for our viewers. Yeah, so very, very important that we. I didn't realize, RJ, you were talking about EnterPH and also Mercato Central as well as Easy Franchise. Those are legs in the business, right? I often tell entrepreneurs, don't just focus on one business. You have to have different legs that will support your chair. Otherwise, if you're only relying on one leg and it breaks down, this is what happens. So,
exactly.
yeah.
And by the way, I just want to tell people who are listening right now to Olern, if you have a small food business, or if you are a home-based vendor, or if you're cooking food and it's really good, and I think we can help you out, you're a small restaurant, carinderia, or you were a home-based food delivery business, but you don't have any means to go about it, please visit the Mercato Central Facebook page right now. Leave your name, leave your contact information. I'll have my vendor recruitment people get in touch with you. Maybe we can help your business and we can get your food onto our platform and we can help you deliver your food. Like Rico Robles just said, bringing Mercato products right to the people's doorstep.
Yes.
It's basically what Mercato does. We're incubating small food vendors, just not now in a brick and mortar venue, but rather on technically using online to accumulate vendors and using the riders to farm out as your last mile logistics.
Yes, yeah. We're just starting, by the way. So we have a lot of talks and insights from our speakers. Sir Eric, anything you would like to say? Let me just check your audio. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
There. Yes, we can hear you.
Jerry. Yeah, okay. Great insights, RJ. How can you advise our fellow foodpreneurs, especially the members of the franchising industry who's totally on hold right now and they're really groping for some answers? What advice ba yung mga pwede nating ma-share sa kanila?
Are we talking about the franchisees or the franchisors? That's Sarah. That's Mercato Central page. Okay. So let's talk first about the franchisees kasi sila dyan ako naawa masyado. I can feel because me and Eric, we belong. Somebody better turn off their live party. Thanks. I really feel for them. Me and Eric belong to the Association of Filipino Franchisers together, and we can feel the pain of both our franchisors and the franchisees. Now, number one is we have to come up. You have to negotiate. First of all, with your, syempre, di ba, number one, franchisee negotiate with the person, with the owner, with the owner of the lessor, di ba, to see if they can lower the rent, lower the quality, not lower the quality, but lower the rent or have some kind of rent condonation. Now, for the franchisee, right now you're kind of pushed against the wall, especially if you're food. I'm talking about food, not particularly, because that's the biggest thing in my head. If it's food, then there are many platforms coming up right now which you might be able to use. Recently, I came across the Angkas. Angkas is just starting off its food service. And hopefully, it, like they admitted, it's not going to be perfect. That's not their core competency, but they need to help you out anyway. So please go online on Angkas and use that platform. Maybe you can use their platform to get your food delivered. Now, the next thing that you need to do is all of you have to leverage some form of digital transformation. If you are a franchisee, before you rely purely on the franchisor maybe to market you, right? But at this point, you can't. It's like every man for himself, just at this point in time. That means you might have to put up your own Facebook page, gumawa ka na sariling gimmick ngayon sa Instagram, do some boost posts just in your specific area for your specific franchise, especially kung wala ka sa loob ng mall because you can operate outside. So I'm talking about the people outside the mall who can currently operate their businesses. What can you do? Then you try to see if you can market within your own sphere, and if you are allowed to get some delivery to bring the food to your clients. Now, if you're a service business, medyo problema yan. If you are a salon, if you do massage, if you are a spa, because of social distancing. So what we're realizing right now is what we're doing. What's important here right now, Eric, is what exactly all of us have been doing here, Jerry. They've got to bring it to online seminars because you still have to create engage people. Like for me, Mercato will be engaging people by doing Mercato Online Academy, which you'll probably be seeing by next week. We'll be teaching people how to be good food entrepreneurs, what have been sustainable businesses. Maybe what you can do is, for example, we encountered a tutorial. I spoke with some tutorial people, other people over there, or salons. Maybe they can teach you, okay, habang may COVID at may lockdown, ito yung parang gumupit ng buhok sa bahay, di ba? Just teach them simple things. How to cut their hair, or how to use natural dye, or introductory things. It doesn't have to be the whole, you're not giving away all your secrets, but you need to keep some kind of engagement together with your audience right now so that they can rely on you, because I'm sure tatatak sa puso ng mga nanonood yan, di ba? They know that you're trying to connect with them, you're trying to engage with them, and hopefully when things get better, they will go back to you because they relied on all your tips, di ba? And if your tips work out, hopefully they go back to you when things get better.
Yeah, that's nice. Actually, as much as there are businesses being disrupted or struggling right now, there are also this situation that we are in right now is also presenting a lot of opportunities. So as entrepreneurs, we know that we're we adapt to what the opportunity is in front of us. So yeah, thank you so much, RJ. We'll talk to Jaypee in terms of the banking industry. How are you, Jaypee?
On mute? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Well, I guess we're a bit lucky because banks normally are larger enterprises, and we do have the resources. I mean, if you notice, the banks are still open. There are some branches that might be closed because of some other issues. Maybe there's a positive case in that area of some sort. But as much as possible, we are also in the front lines. We try to keep all our branches up and running. We make sure that all our systems are well and running for the customers. In fact, just recently, we saw a big spike in not just in downloading of our apps, but the transactions themselves. Yeah, in my end, in my line of business, which is the platforms for SME, we saw a spike of business owners trying to reach out, trying to ask for help, trying to learn also, how do I do this, how do I do that, and pinaka-common questions that we get and these entrepreneurs are asking is, una-una, gaano katagal pa ba to? Makakautang pa ba ako sa inyo? Most of the time. But guys, please, it doesn't mean na porket sarado ang negosyo nyo, utang na lang kayo ng utang. Problema rin, paano mababayaran yan in the future, di ba? And I've been hearing a lot of good stories also from our customers about agile transformations. I'll give you an example. There's a customer I was talking to a few days ago. He's based in Zambales, and his business is into the wholesale selling sabon, soap. O sabi ko, the perfect scenario, dapat nga masaya ka ngayon kasi everyone wants to buy soap, di ba?
Yeah.
Sabi niya, well, tapos na, ubus na, wala na akong stock. Anong gagawin ko next? So ang ginawa niya was, he looked at his own resources. He talked to his people. What's the next big thing we can do? And napansin niya, meron siyang 5 vans na hindi gumagalaw kasi wala siyang makukuhanan ng inventory. So anong gagawin niya sa mga van niya? Nag-pivot siya. Sinabi niya, nag-usap sila ng mga tao niya, let's support the LGU, let's offer our services, mag-deliver tayo. So they talk to some wholesalers, they talk to some food establishments, and sila yung nagdi-deliver ng pagkain one end to the other. So that's the kind of transformations na pwede mong gawin in an agile situation. So unang-unang tamang ginawa niya is he looked at his own resources, tinignan niya yung negosyo niya, ano capabilities niya. And then we were discussing more about it. He was saying na, so ngayon ba, tama ba na panahon na para mag-online selling din ako? Kasi naipit ako Sabi niya, naubos nga yung inventory niya, but his inventory only in that particular locality. What if mag-normalize na lahat? What if bumalik na yung inventory level niya back to normal? How can he reach out to more markets? So he was thinking about going online. Sabi ko naman, well, you know what? Again, look at your capabilities. Going digital doesn't mean you have to jump from level 1 to level 5. You have to go through the different levels and different phases to start learning it. Una, marunong ka ba magbenta sa Instagram o sa Facebook?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hindi siya gumagamit ng Facebook. Sabi ko, magsimula ka na, matuto ka na. Diba? Matuto ka na sa Instagram because that's one channel wherein pwede ka magsimula, pwede ka mag-experiment at hindi tatamaan resources mo before you actually go to full blast e-commerce online. I mean, of course, we want everyone to jump the gun, hopefully become an e-commerce practitioner or advocate, but sometimes you have to learn the ropes, diba?
Yeah,
On
totally
the
agree.
flip side, there's another customer of ours who's very, very much a serial entrepreneur like RJ. He owns like 6 or 7 different companies. And during the time of lockdown, ang kagad na isip niya is parang i-connecta lahat ng kumpanya niya para magtulong-tulong. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys know this guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he owns a delivery company, so a motorcycle delivery business. He owns a platform that does payrolling for a particular community. He does e-commerce for mga laptops, gadgets, etc. And he just created an online store for chickens and meat. Imagine if you could
Oh.
connect all of those. You know, it's the time for you to
Yeah, I know him.
yeah, you have the delivery facility, you have a payment gateway, and you have the market.
Yeah.
Agile way to, di ba? Basta pinaka-importante talaga, if there's one piece of advice that I also learned myself during this time of crisis, talking to all these customers, una titignan mo yung capability mo. What
Yeah.
do you have? Because right now, wala tayong additional na makukuha. Supply chain is dead.
Yeah.
Di ba? Customers could not reach us properly and on time. So look at your capabilities and you gradually, slowly, get those transformations going. At ngayon, kapag may naisip ka na something very interesting, like the 2 examples I had kanina, huwag ka na mag-antay, gawin mo na. Kasi hindi mo alam hanggang kailan itong crisis na to. We don't know,
Yeah.
maybe 2 weeks from now, they announce another lockdown for another month. Patay ka na, lalo na, di ba? So, those things. And again, when you look at your own capabilities, you also have to look at sino yung mga nasa paligid mo, yung mga employees mo. Tama yung point ni Ginger at ni RJ kanina. Your own people is your life and blood right now. Sila talaga ang kikilos para sa'yo. Marami naka-work from home, marami remotely. What can they do? How can you all help? Second is
Yeah.
yung supply chain mo. How is your supply chain? Parang si Mr. Sabon vendor, wala nang nag-deliver sa kanya na sabon. Walang makapag-deliver sa kanya na sabon. So if in this case and scenario, marami siyang network na nagsusupply na sabon, may backup siya, maybe hindi niya lang alam baka yung kapitbahay niya manufacturer pala na sabon, di ba? You'll never know. Expand your network as early as you can. That's why one of the advices I gave him, join Facebook, because only in Facebook you can find more and more people who probably might be in that same line of business. Pinasok ko agad sa Global Linker, syempre, kasi nandun
Yes.
yung mga
Can I just add? Can I just add a bit more to what JP was saying?
Sure, RJ.
I like what JP was saying because yesterday on Go Negosyo, we spoke to Pierre Carlo Costa. He was the president of the Supply Chain Management Association of the Philippines. And especially if you're doing business, part of your business continuity plans, ginagawa nyo for business, just to make sure na hindi kang limitado lang sa isang supplier. You got to make
Yeah.
sure when the problem happens, you have 2 or 3 suppliers. So when one stops, kagad makaka-pivot ka, may makikita kang ibang supplier mo, di ba?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I realize right now. So sometimes it's actually beneficial that whenever you do projects, you ask for 2 to 3 suppliers to bid for your project. So at least wala yung isa. Pero isa kaagad, I need you. Di ba?
Yeah.
And that's what
Actually,
happened right now. Yan lang.
Thank you, RJ. For big companies, I think it's a normal practice, but for SMEs hindi eh. So we learn from this. Kailangan at least several 2 or 3 suppliers para at least may backup.
I always believe that an SME, the life of an SME is tied to the life of the proprietor. It's the person. Now, of course, being a business owner, I was also a business owner at one point in time. Hindi naman lahat ng bagay tungkol sa negosyo.
Yeah.
Expanding your network doesn't always mean na kailangan may kontrata kayong dalawa. Like I guess you had this one live session also where I commented na it's about the relationship and the friendships that you build. That later on will be very, very significant in the life of your business. hindi mo masabi yung bagong nakaibigan mo pala could be your lifesaver in the time of crisis like this.
Yeah.
And of course, importante yung pag-network mo. Hindi lahat ng networking tungkol sa pagkuha ng kliyente. Although that's all what we want, di ba? Palaki ng business. But networking could be, who could be your next mentor? Who could be the guy who could give you the best advice on how to pivot your business? Who could be that next big supplier? In fact, baka mamaya who could be that next broker who can introduce you to a bigger customer base. So don't be afraid to network. In fact, as much as possible, please do network with peers, do network even with competitors kung kaya. And doon din na matututo ka about this future proofing, about this digital, about this all this technology that you want to implement in your business. Matututo ka with the more people that you network with and you talk with.
Yan. Ang daming insights. For those of you who just came in, please say hi and where are you from sa ating chat box. And also, please don't forget to share this broadcast so that more people will be able to watch it. Yan. At JP, I always admired Union Bank because I think you're really aggressive in terms of becoming digital, right? Being a digital bank. And somehow, yun na yung papunta talaga. But years ahead, you're doing it digitally. Now, I know you have a lot of programs as well for SMEs. You mentioned about Global Linker. Maybe you want to share to our viewers what Global Linker is.
Yes, sige. Well, so we have this platform. Thank you to our good friends in India, sila Samir and Sumi. Sumi is watching now. I saw her name. She
Yes.
made a mention earlier. So, Global Linker started off to be a platform for business networking. So SMEs, what we do is we digitize your identity, we digitize your business profile, we lock you in a very, very big online room so you guys could start interacting. And then after that, beyond that, we started introducing more of digital transformation tools. Like we built in partners who offer you new ways of working, offered you new technology for your business. Like example, Taxumo. Taxumo is a very, very big partner of ours to help digitize processes.
Yes.
And then from there, we also digitize your business. We bring in inventory management, ERP management, payment gateways, and bring it all into a linker.store, as we call it, an e-commerce tool, which is a do-it-yourself tool. Honestly, in 5 easy steps, in 10 minutes, tapos mo yung sarili mong website na it's up to you to really promote it. But we will not end there. These things right now, this all digital learning, this advocacy on helping people how to achieve their goals to go digital, those are the next steps for us. So more and more of these Olern partnerships, more and more of programs like we'll bring you to the branch. When you get out of the branch, may website ka na, marunong ka magpatakbo ng website, may payment gateway ka, makakapag-deliver ka pa sa kliyente mo bukas na bukas din. Those kinds of things that we are starting off really for the SME. And honestly, not to brag, but we will definitely change the game on how SME banking is done in the country and hopefully in the region.
Yes, and Tarkie is also part of Unionbank Global Linker. So yeah, our own digital transformation tool that you can use for your business. Yan. Available din sa Unionbank Global Linker. Okay, I think we can proceed with, let's also talk to MJ. MJ is the Executive Director of Digital Commerce Association. MJ, for those viewers who are not yet very familiar with Digital Commerce Association, maybe you can give them a background what it is and what's your vision for your association.
Well, yeah. First of all, thank you, Jerry, for having us here. No, it's a very interesting platform to talk about digital transformation and on the digital in a digital platform itself. No.
Walking
webinar. Walking the talk. Tama. Yeah. So, yun. So, Digital Commerce Association, the Philippines, for those who are not aware, it's been there since 2011, and essentially, it's founded by key players ourselves, coming from different aspects of digital. So, from payment gateways, logistics, online marketplaces. In fact, ang mga founders nito ay yung mga yung mga Multiply, Sulit, the early days of the dot-com.
Names,
Correct. So there. And we at Digital Commerce Association naman, the only goal of digital commerce is really introduce yung digital tools and again proofing yung mga businesses, particularly with the MSMEs. In fact, DCOM has been very significant in the creation of the e-commerce roadmap of the Philippines, no? So essentially, nung when it was actually released in 2015, if not mistaken, ang mga key deliverables on actually is to put at least 100,000 Filipino MSMEs transacting online. And
Wow.
yun yung key goal, no? And syempre, yung sub-deliverables nun is how to actually make that happen. So first, obviously, nga, can they bring online storefronts? And pag may storefronts na sila, where they can actually network with their customers digitally and without relying so much on the brick and mortar, how can they receive payments? So then we engage naman the payment gateways. What can you actually offer for MSMEs? Can you actually waive certain fees or certain set of fees so that it reduces the friction naman of the adoption of the MSMEs? And then obviously, if you receive payments naman, obviously the next topic naman yan yung supply chain in terms of pickup and delivery. So we also engage yung mga ating mga courier services, and not to mention yung engaging also with digital platforms, and one of which is actually right now where we're trying to spin off na yung ating e-commerce roadmap, since it's actually e-commerce roadmap 2020 yon and it's now 2020, so medyo na-revise siya ng konti now. E-commerce roadmap 2022, and I just want to give a shout out also to Global Linker because they're part of our current core group right now to help boost naman yung ang ating deliverables kasi 2 years na lang tapos nagka-COVID pa tayo. So kaya talagang kailangan natin to digitize our MSMEs, and parang if maybe masyadong mababa yung 100,000 MSMEs. So if we can actually put yung 99.5% ng MSMEs to actually lahat 99.9 of them to be digitally transacting, then that's the ultimate goal.
Okay.
And Jerry actually and Eric, no, this experience that we're having right now, itong lockdown. To be honest, if you're going to ask me, personally, I'm not too affected by it because this has been what we've been advocating ever since, because yung doing business, katulad nung sa actually one of the statements nga din Unionbank is banking is not something that you go to, but it's something you actually perform. So similar with businesses na parang when you do business, it's not dependent or where you are or where are you located. It's actually dependent on how you actually conduct business. So I guess these are the type of conversation that we actually want to start doing. Na parang anong areas of my business? Kasi nga, I myself, well, actually, lahat tayo dito sa group are at least somehow participate sa Go Negosyo as mentors. And sa modules natin sa Go Negosyo, meron tayong value proposition canvas, meron tayong business model canvas, which we have to revisit every time. Kasi nga, ano ba yung mga key resources natin na kailangan nating i-retweak? Kasi baka mamaya, ito, katulad nito, irrelevant ngayon yung supply chain. Now, how do we actually, move our products from one place to another kung merong ng lockdown? So, ito yung mga type of conversation. Ano yung pwede natin i-digitize? Kasi for example, right now, just to share, I have my fair share. When I joined DCOM, I was actually part of an e-commerce logistics company until I moved on to a payment gateway. And very recently, I joined one of our biggest telco in the country. And for example, from the telco experience alone, syempre yung telco, one of its biggest assets is syempre yung distribution ng mga modems to provide internet connectivity. Pero kahit gaano karaming application mo, kung wala ka namang magi-install at wala nang magde-deliver ng modems, stop business ka rin kahit gaano ka kalaki. So yung effect ng COVID is irrelevant kung malaki, maliit, lahat tayo affected.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things that we have to also revisit is ano pa yung pwede mong gawin. So maybe we have to see what the positive yung positive areas and not the negative ones. Kasi otherwise we'll end up disappointed eh. So naka-lockdown ka na, masama pa loob mo. Sa hirap nun. Diba?
Yeah.
So katulad namin sa telco, syempre now we're trying to push now for the prepaid loads kasi nga that one it doesn't require interaction kasi kahit yung nasa communities
download,
sa sari-sari store, bibili ka na lang ng load online. So these are the kind of things that even again MSMEs, you don't have to be a big company to start thinking about that. Again, every day we always have to rethink ano yung pwede nating i-digitize and ano yung pwedeng kasi because what's relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. So these are the
Yeah.
type of things that we should start considering, and again, start discussing. And maybe there are other people, like in this group alone, maybe some of us could actually help you guys.
Yeah. MJ, I want to ask, kasi you've been promoting e-commerce for several years already. What are the biggest barriers that you've seen why many SMEs are not adapting or using e-commerce?
Well, yung MSMEs mismo.
Yung entrepreneur ba?
Correct. And again, sorry for well, that's the funny way of saying it, no. But it's really of the readiness, no. It's the readiness kasi to be honest, thanks to DTI, because I was able to go around the country, all 17 regions of them. They actually sent me to help assist in parang at least doing e-commerce for MSMEs. But one of the biggest challenges we ever encounter is you actually encounter a particular MSME, or some MSMEs would say, hindi kasi okay naman kami yung benta namin. So I guess parang that will work kasi yung mga digital na yan, di naman ngayon kasi ngayon pa lang benta na ako eh. So baka ano lang yan, baka fad lang yan, or baka hindi safe yan. So parang some of them are very comfortable in doing what they know, and parang it's always the fear of the unknown na until katulad nito. Ngayon, it's relevant to talk about digital and forcing them to go digital because they have no other choice. But if we start talking about this, 5-10 years ago, they'll not listen to you kasi ang ganda-ganda ng benta ko dun sa mall na lang ako. I'll just focus all of my resources and attention to that.
Yeah.
So yung mindset mismo, I guess it starts with the mindset and ends with the mindset.
Are you seeing the same thing, Ginger, in terms of converting those that want to do manual filing versus promoting Taxumo is online, where they can do it online? Sorry, let me just unmute you.
Okay.
Yes, Ginger.
Yeah, I totally agree with what MJ said. I always say, like, the SMEs who come to me, that being comfortable is really different from being complacent. At this point in time, when new tools are introduced, it's your sort of like responsibility also for the life of your company, to learn these new tools, to learn what's happening, to ano ba yung mga nandyan, and to teach also your employees. I think I saw one question here, na parang how can you really start digitizing your business? I think for my own experience, what we did was, I'm very big on processes, So what I would do is write down all of our processes for the company, and then see what part of the process can we actually automate. So that's one basic example on where you can actually start to automate. Hindi naman kasi lahat na parang, I agree din yung sa sinabi ni Jaypee kanina, na hindi naman na isang bagsakan you get to sort of like digitize everything already, It's a slow process for some, it's a fast process for other entrepreneurs. So it really depends on like how inclined are you to learn about these new tools. So it really has to start from top down. So even if yung business owner themselves, they adapt, or they have that mindset to change, or that mindset to learn new things, it's your responsibility also to cascade it to your employees. Kasi you can't really work on a fully digital environment kung hindi mo rin ipapasa yan sa mga employees mo. So yeah, so I think it's really because things work, so wag na muna natin baguhin until they're hit with a big scenario.
They're pushed to the wall.
Yeah, that's when we realize na, oh no, we have to rethink strategies. But also, in terms of like looking at it from a positive perspective, dapat talaga, for me, all of these things happening, it's actually a time for us to retool certain skills that we have. If we are the employees, or even if we are the business owners, it's a time for retooling. It's a time for refreshing everything. It's a time for fresh start. One thing that I learned also for this, for like future-proofing the business, is that you should have a baseline as well. Like a lot of these things happening are financial concerns, diba? Like marami nga gustong umutang sa Unionbank, diba? So all of these because of the mere fact that we don't manage our cash flow well. I've been a victim of that. When I was starting my business, hindi ko manage, or I don't keep track of my expenses or even my income. So I don't really know like how much I'm earning as an entrepreneur. So I think this is the time to start already like focusing on tracking your income, your expenses, what revenue are you really getting from your business, And then yung sinabi nga kanina may question dito, is it like sort of like an emergency fund that I was talking about no for a personal for your personal use, 'di ba? It's something like that. Kasi once you know how much you're actually earning, you'll know how much yung pwede mong itabi for a like an event like this in the future. So that's why right now I think medyo comfortable kami because we have funds that will carry on the business for a runway. That's another term, no? So like in a startup community, in the startup community, no, we talk about runway. Like, what is a runway? It's how much actually, like, how much yung longevity ng business mo, basically yung runway, and how much funds we have for that entire runway, no? So dapat alam natin yan as business owners. So once you've already tracked your income and expenses, it's the best time really to look at your financials. Like, this is the worst. I hope that this is the worst case scenario already. So in terms of like creating projections, this can be your worst case scenario, and then you'll have your usual business scenario, and then your best case scenario. So ito na yung time para you can build up on your business models and look at your financials.
Yeah, thank you so much, RJ. Sir Eric, anything?
Yeah, no, my audio here is kind of in trouble. Nawawala yung iba eh. Anyway, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, kasi paputol-putol yung line sa akin. Anyway, I'd like to ask everyone, no, since we are into the session of re-strategizing, siguro what quick doable tips can you actually tell our viewers? I actually noted all of your inputs now, quickly lang, especially addressing what MJ said, no, the mindset of the small, probably not too much of the micro, but the ones going small, and mostly family businesses who are late adapters. So they've now pushed to the wall. How can they quickly get that expertise and skill, uh, knowing that they're losing money, they don't have customers, but they have time to learn?
Yeah.
What can you give as one or two words
Yeah.
for our viewers tonight?
I have some insight over there, no? And thanks so much for asking that question.
Sir
Just
Jerry?
take a look at the demographics of the country right now, diba? The average median age of the population is about 23 years old. So there's millennials, and many of them are already very internet or social media savvy. That's what we can assume. We have about 48, depending on what statistics you're looking at about 48 to 50 people who have social media accounts, and they're active online, whether it be on their cell phone or on their laptop. And aside from that one, if you're talking about family businesses, especially if they're like first or second generation family businesses, most probably there is somebody who is in that business who belongs to the millennials or zillennials who is familiar with using social media, at the very least for social purposes, not for business, but at least, for personal purposes, whether on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or even TikTok. Now, I think the key thing for people to remember right now is, I was hearing people talk about their business models. Why not consider thinking digital first when it comes to your business model, or social media first when it comes to developing your business model? Because, diba, that's your pain point, diba? How do you get to your audience? But sometimes you say, how can I leverage technology to build my market? How can I leverage technology to reach my clients at the very start? Let me just give you an example. My business, EnterPH, was not a business where I'm talking to. Oh, someone's going to switch up their. Please switch off your the audio there. So some people, like for example, my business EnterPH, all my clients are not local, but they are all foreign clients. Meaning, I knew that the only way that I could attract these clients who lived abroad or people who want to come to the Philippines was to think digital first, was to think, how do I leverage the power of social media to attract all these clients? So the strategy there was really, how do I build great search engine optimization? How do I build great digital marketing where I'm able to attract these clients from abroad to come to the Philippines and do business with me? So that's one way that you think of it. You're using digital first to think about doing your business. Or for example, like Easy Franchise. We also realized that karamihan ng aming mga kliyente would be local people who want to buy franchises. They're all foreign. They're all OFWs who want to buy franchises here in the Philippines because they're the ones with more capability to pay to invest in franchise. So our digital marketing went out abroad first. It didn't come out here to the Philippines. So it's really how you think about the business and how you integrate digital into doing your business. Parang you can't think of it as a strategy specific from your business. You must think of it as leveraging digital for your business right now. Let's say for Mercato right now, how I look for vendors right now is vigorously online. I don't post in different Facebook pages. I use digital marketing hacking techniques to bring them over to me. The same way that I also use specific techniques to go business to consumer or going directly to the clients, I'm using different ways to use marketing online to get to them. So again, what I ask people to do is, even if you're a small business owner, you have to remember, how can you leverage digital marketing, digital transformation to bring in the clients to you. You can't think of, at this point in time, you can't anymore think of offline as being different. They're part of the same continuum of doing business because people are there. And right now, the winners were those people who bet on going online. There are some, let me tell you this one. In this business right now, many high-end restaurants did not get delivery because it was not part of their image. It was too high-end, parang hindi bagay yung fast food sa kanila. So they didn't invest in doing online delivery services or at least creating their own online fleet, right? But the fast food and these other businesses consider that as important, that they were with Grab, they were with Food Panda, or they developed their own in-house system. And ngayon, sino may negosyo? Yung may negosyo, yung fast food who said that I want to make both online and offline part of my business, versus the fine dining restaurants who have no delivery capability right now during the crisis. So again, we must leverage sometimes thinking social media or digital first, doing business in a country where people are social media crazy.
Yeah, I like it, RJ, digital first. Yeah.
I'll add lang a little bit to what RJ said, no? Yeah, he has a very good point with that. Another thing pala is, kasi a lot of people say, yeah. Okay. Hello? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there. So a lot of people saying that I want to go digital, pero I think what's really stopping them is sort of that mindset, no? Like, baka hindi ko to kaya. Kasi I've seen a lot of MSMEs na ganun na parang hindi naman ako pinanganak nitong age na to, or hindi masyado na akong matanda for all of these things, no? But I think one of the things that you can think of is really like, if all of your customers are actually on digital already and purchasing through digital platforms, I think it's about time that you go to where your customers are. As business owners, kasi we always think of, diba, sometimes we get so drowned with the fact na we only think of our business, we only think about the products or services. We sometimes don't think about where our customers are, and we don't think na dapat sila pa rin yung heart ng ating negosyo. So kung saan man sila, that's where we should be. And a lot of the customers that we have right now are online. So I guess we should be online, diba? So that's one thing that we should think of also as SMEs.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Yes, Jaypee, you want to say something?
Yeah. Actually, maganda kasi nagbi-build up na yung idea, nagbi-build up na yung message natin. And there was one point that I was going to say din sana as in response to Sir Eric here, no, na in the bank, so I guess something that I can share with the general public. In the bank, we have this concept called user journey. In the agile way of working, that's the very first thing. So habang lahat tayo nasa bahay at walang ginagawa, isipin natin to. Ano yung negosyo ko? Ano yung binabenta ko? Ano yung ginagawa ko? Kung sa panahon ngayon, paano mag-reach out sa akin ng kliyente ko? That's a user journey. How do I want them to reach me? Paano ko sila makikita? Paano nila ako makikita? Hindi lang customer, pati supplier ko, paano ko siya ma-reach? And this is the point in time na makaka-realize ka na, oo nga, no, dapat merong gantong technology. Sana may gantong way, may sa social media, sana mag-connect kami. That slowly ma-accept mo kasi medyo hindi baptism of fire to nangyayari sa atin, iba eh. We're actually in fire, inside the fire right now eh. So, and when you start looking at those different user journeys and you start to empathize with each and every step that your customer takes, that's when the real ideas comes out. Yung mga creative ideas dyan lalabas. And matatanggap mo na kailangan mong gawin, simulan mo na, gawin mo na, pumanap ka na ng makakagawa para sa'yo. Bago ka pa maunahan ng iba. Diba?
Yeah.
Bago ka pa maunahan ng iba. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Yun, sabi nga natin, maraming opportunities ngayon. And yung technology, yung mindset nga, no, ang hirap ng kapag ang mindset, that's the first battle that the entrepreneur has to win. Yung mindset niya, i-change, to move towards digital. And I think yung mga technologies that we have now, na-mention ni Ginger kanina, natatakot, di ba? But when you realize now, you're watching this, example for Olern, maraming nagsasabi na hindi effective yung e-learning, etc. Gusto namin face-to-face, etc. Now, walang magagawa, di ba? Because of social distancing. So, kailangan digital. And if for those of you who are watching, I have a question. Are you learning? Di ba? Natututo ba kayo ngayon? Pwede pa kayo mag-comment kung sakaling natututo kayo. And if you are, ibig sabihin, digital learning or e-learning can also be effective as face-to-face. So, I think yung kailangan lang natin ma-realize is yung mga technologies na to, they are here to make things easier for us. Hindi ubusin yung mga brain cells natin or whatever. Yes, pwedeng may learning curve, pwedeng a few days, a few hours, pero after that, you'll realize na, maganda pala to. Like, Zoom is getting very popular now and I-realize namin, okay pala, pwede pala. Instead of going through the traffic na 1-2 hours each day, pwede palang Skype call na lang or kaya Zoom call, effective naman pala. So, yan, I think yan yung isang mindset talaga na kailangan mabago.
Yeah, and to add to that, no, Jerry, no, I think one more thing, no, diversity. Like a lot, I'm not talking about like gender diversity, no, in terms of gender. I'm talking about diversity when it comes to like different points of view. So it's so good na maraming nanonood sa ating session tonight because they get a different point of view from all of the speakers or even dun sa mga nagko-comment, no, you get insights from other people as well. And it's good to see like another perspective. It's always good to see another perspective because that's where creativity comes from. So, an idea really stems from not na parang uupo ka sa cafe, magdadasal ka na sana tamaan ka ng isang magandang idea. It's not how that works, no? It's really through conversations like this, through communicating with other people, through exposing yourself to new ideas and
yes.
That's how creativity comes into play.
Yeah, very, very important. Yeah. So, Eric, anything else that you would like to ask?
I cannot actually hear the speakers pero I was able to jot down some of the notes earlier, and I'd like to thank everyone because you see we're 100 plus million and we're looking at 99.6 SMEs and probably 70% of that 99% are really struggling in terms of adapting to technology. And tonight is one example where they really have an opportunity to really get out of that mindset of fear and go towards what our speakers are talking about. Like Miss Ginger said earlier, for those who have a hard time filing, her services are open and the price is very affordable. Okay, and she made a very special offer for our frontliners for 2 months subscription. And knowing that what they're going into now, it will be very easy for our frontliners or medical field people to be able to catch up with their taxation needs. And RJ, for his part, uh, very much instrumental for helping foodpreneurs with the technology platform of Easy Franchise, creating that space for franchisors and franchisees to meet, and for foreign investors to look at the country in terms of the opportunities that they can see. There's his digital PH, no? And I love what he said earlier, think digital and bring your clients to you. While JP said, look at the capabilities of what you have today and gradually see how you can transform. Don't forget to look at your own people, check your supply chain, and for those who are starting, try getting into Facebook and Instagram. And he said also to value relationship with everyone in the stakeholders of your business. And MJ said, their target for 100,000 SMEs to be on board the digital e-commerce, no? They've initially waived set of fees and training fees. Uh, she said also to revisit and make positive mindsets rather than negative. So I believe all of these inputs from our speakers are enough encouragement for those who are watching us tonight to be able, for those who are not yet into digital, these are very much inspiring and encouraging words for you to try it out. And I believe the reason why you're watching us tonight is that you've taken that first step of confidence to get your business moving and re strategizing while we are in the time of quarantine. So, Jerry?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Eric, for summarizing that. There are a lot of insights. Kaya yan, good thing you summarize it. Sabi
Can I
ni
just add
Joe,
one more thing? Okay lang, Jerry?
um, wait a minute lang, RJ.
Yeah. Ay, there.
Yeah.
Jerry.
So, recognize ko lang si Joey. Sabi niya, JP just created global linker account for Team
Yay.
Manila Graphic Design
Yeah.
Studio. Yeah.
You know what,
Yes.
ROI,
there's,
ROI
there's,
agad.
there's one comment in the post, si Carl Del Val asking if it's about time for the larger and advanced digital transform companies to work together in creating a joint platform, something like that. Now I'm posting this to Joey VR, who made his Global Linker account. Please send me a message inside Global Linker. Look for me. Let's connect. Because I'm trying to build a team of graphic designers who can help us create more and more web templates for our members inside. So the more web templates, the more people who can help each other, mas gaganda pa yung platform natin. So sabay-sabay natin siya pagandahin, di ba?
Yan.
Send me a
Yan.
message
Thank you so
inside
much.
LinkedIn.
Sige.
Yeah. Yes, RJ.
Yeah, gagawa din nila ng global linker account para sa
Yun!
Mercato, sa EnterPH.
Yes.
Para kasama tayo dyan. So, gusto ko lang sabihin lang, I think all of you are already in the group, but for those who are not just yet, I would like to invite everybody to please join us on the Bounce Back PH Business Support Group on Facebook. Again, that's the Bounce Back PH Business Support Group on Facebook. It's a group of entrepreneurs, businessmen, freelancers. We're just a group that came together, but really the objective of the group is three things. Number one, the first thing we want to do in that group is we need to help our frontliners as much as we can. You can help by giving donations, you can help by giving PPEs, you can help by giving surgical masks, or you can even contribute your skills, because right now we've got fashion designers who are on the site right now helping design their own PPE suits for our frontliners. So please go on the site. Number two, we're also helping.
Because I'm trying to build that.
We're also trying to help here right now. We're also trying to help also for food security, because there are many depressed barangays and communities that don't have food. So we're trying to help provide food security for the people who don't have food right now, and we're trying to help them out. And number three, what we're also trying to do is we're trying to create an entrepreneur and business support group. I know there are many things that are problematic right now. We're not making money. Where can we get loans? What's going to be going on with our labor? What's going on with these different things? How can I get advice? Please go on the group. We can connect people together on that group. Together, we will be stronger. So please go on that site and support all of us over there, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, RJ. Yeah, please join Bounce Back PH Facebook group. Yan. Siguro as a, let me ask Ginger. There's a question here, Ginger or JP, if you want to answer. How about digital marketing tools or cloud-based tools do you use to run your business? So, any tools that you find helpful?
Yeah, well, Ginger, go ahead.
Well, for digital marketing, what we normally use is Google and Facebook, because we've seen that for sorry. Okay. Any feedback, Jerry?
Yes, my feedback.
Oh, there.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for more complex products, no, if you have like a product or a service that needs explanation, a lot of the useful tool talaga is Google. So you have to create content, you have to put it out in the web. And then for Facebook, normally it's really for brand awareness because a lot of people are in Facebook. So that's what we use, no. In terms of project management naman, like talking to our employees for marketing, no, what we have is Slack. We use Slack for that. But in terms of digital marketing, very basic, no, Google, Facebook, and influencers. We use bloggers as well.
Yeah, there. JP.
Cloud-based systems that we're using. In fact, CRM mainly, we put it in the cloud. But and again, even Global Linker is actually in the cloud.
Yeah.
So it's a cloud-based system as well. So marami nagtatanong yan, nakakatakot mag-cloud kasi baka ma-hack. Hindi po totoo yun.
Yes.
Hindi po kadali hack ang cloud. Kung ma-hack man ang cloud, na-hack na si Facebook. Mahirap yun. Ganun yun, yes. Please, huwag kayong matakot sa cloud. And actually, getting more softwares into the cloud makes it cheaper, more accessible to everyone. So yeah, please consider nyo yung mga cloud-based.
Yes. Okay, so I think this is a perfect time to wrap up. Yung siguro final na question ko sa inyo is what's your fearless forecast in terms of how businesses will be in the next maybe 6 months or a year? So what is the new business normal? So we can start with you, Ginger.
I think for me, no, like what happened during the last recession, no, a lot of businesses like Airbnb was actually a result of the last recession. No? So businesses like that. So a lot of I foresee, no, that there will be a lot of new kinds of businesses coming about with new business models that we actually didn't really think of from way back. So because yun nga, tama yung sinasabi mo, Jerry, na if we are exposed to new scenarios or new circumstances like this is where we now find new solutions. No? I still believe in yun nga, lagi ko sinasabi na I still believe in the human spirit that we will always find solution and we'll create something from challenges that are thrown at us. So, yun. So, I foresee that there are a lot of businesses na bago, nakakaiba, that will happen or that will arise from all of these things. And siguro, another thing, just to promote also the freelancing community, which I am dearly, like, I really love the freelancing community of the Philippines, no? So a lot of the businesses also will be open to digital workers, no? So people, itong freelancing na hindi masyadong talked about before will become sort of like, an option already for small business owners or even big corporations, no? Because we now see that some businesses actually work in the confines of like some job functions, but some job functions like work in this type of environment. Some personalities work well in this type of environment. So nakikita nila na pwede pala talaga na mag-work from home. So they will now be more open to the idea of hiring more freelancers. And in the Philippines, we have a lot. We have like 1.5 million freelancers here. So we have the skills, who have the digital know-how as well. So, yun yung mga nakikita ko in the next few months.
Yeah, nakakatakot. Baka lahat na lang mag-freelancer. Sabagay. But how are the freelancing community? I forgot to ask. How are they now? Given that, sanay sila sa ganitong system.
Yes, well, not much has changed, with what they're doing. But obviously, because of the like a lot of businesses closing, some of them lose clients, some of them, especially like hindi lang tayo apektado, hindi lang Pilipinas ang apektado eh. It's we're talking about the world. So their clients abroad are slowly like dropping like syempre their services as well, no.
Yeah.
What I've seen in the freelancing community, they're very helpful. A lot of them are running now webinars on how to teach employees how to cope with this certain scenario. Kasi tayo empleyado ng di ba, in a corporation, we're not used to this kind of setup. So a lot of them now are like helping people. These are the tools that you use. Tinuturuan nila ng mga bagong tools. Tinuturuan nila ano ba like how to maximize your time at home, how to be more results driven, diba? How to like go through the day and still have time for yourself after working. So yun yung maganda sa mga freelancers natin, no, na tumutulong talaga sila sa lahat.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because the freelancers natin are very, very talented. So it's good that they're also sharing their skills to fellow Filipinos ngayon na yan, nasa bahay lang lahat. Yeah, so thank you so much, Ginger, for being with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jerry and Eric. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. RJ, what do you think will be the new business normal?
Well, just to keep things, grounded. Realistically, when April comes along, April 12th, we're not sure if it's a total lockdown, and we're not going to totally flatten the curve by that time. The vaccine is still 12 to 18 months out in terms of trial. So, I echo the feeling of Ginger that there will be a change in terms of the new business models that emerge. Many great businesses emerge out of crisis. Like for many entrepreneurs, there's always an opportunity in crisis, and it's really the type of mindset that we put out in thinking of things. So right now, in the immediate, but let's say maybe right after the crisis, I'm seeing a lot of businesses coming out that have to integrate social distancing into doing their business. How do they do business in the time of social distancing? How do you readjust doing restaurants? How do you readjust doing malls? How do you set aside the logistics and the parameters for all the different people who are going to be coming to the area? I see also an increase in people doing health and immunity-based supplements products, food-based products, also emerging at the same time. Immediately, we'll see a lot of people going more online, really for delivery of their products. We will see a lot of development of more paid webinars or seminars going online. So these are the different things. But I think the key thing for people to remember is that it's building that mentality of resilience during this time. That if we kind of keep that entrepreneurial mindset, diba? The entrepreneurial mindset, especially for us doing business, it's that, okay, this is the reality. How can I make that irritation into an inspiration to do business, right? Because we are all fearful, but we're all scared. Admittedly, we're all scared about what could happen next. But we can't let the fear paralyze us into not doing anything. What we have to do is we say, okay, let's take one foot forward every time and say, okay, what can we do? What can we do here? This is interesting. You've got to look forward, diba? I don't want to wax religious over here, but the idea is that, plagues and pestilence and earthquakes and natural disasters have been happening since biblical times, even before God, diba? So this is just another plague. It's this virus happening right now. But the question is, we as people, how are we reacting to it?
Yeah.
Should we be scared? Should we be fearful? Is this the end of the world? We're not the first people to feel this way about these type of things. But diba? And if we feel fearful or desperate or helpless, what we should do if we feel helpless is that because of our businesses, there are people who are more helpless than we are, who aren't sure they're going to have 3 meals tomorrow, who aren't sure they're going to have a job tomorrow, who aren't sure they're infected with COVID because they have no social distancing in their place, who are afraid, frontliners who are afraid to go to work because they don't have PPE equipment. So our job right now, particularly in situations like these, is to help those who are feeling more helpless than us right now. And I think that's our bigger responsibility as businessmen and as entrepreneurs. We've got to help these people, whatever we can do, skill set wise, money wise. Because if we, if it's like saying we're in right now, we just found out Prince Charles has got COVID. Prince Albert has got COVID. It's a shared humanity. And if we're selfish in what we have, talo tayo lahat. We've all got to give. Everybody's got to give. Can you imagine? When did you ever realize how important it was for our janitors, our garbage men, our grocery store clerks, how crucial they are to all of us here right now? And we've got to pay attention to them right now. So I'm saying that for all of us right now, I think doing business is doing good business for everybody. And that's what we realized, that it's not just a matter of social distancing, it's not matter of all these different things, but that more importantly, as we move forward, we need to be compassionate in business, and we've got to be inclusive with the business models that we think about.
Yeah, thank you so much, RJ. That's such an inspiring message. That yeah,
Thank you.
we have different struggles right now, right? We are all feeling the effect of the virus, but there are more people who need things need who help more need than what we probably need. So yeah, we are here to help those people as much as we can. So yeah, thank you so much, RJ, for that.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Yeah, MJ. So what do you think? What's gonna be the new business normal, and what's the role of digital commerce as well in terms of helping those SMEs move to future-proof their business through digitalization?
Well, this particular experience, I guess, will be will be now our leverage, no, in really pushing digital among MSMEs. And actually, ironically, I guess we have one of the most unique in terms of vision as an association. Kasi, di ba, there's the likes of Philippine Franchise Association, there's the Philippine Retailers Association. Kami, as Digital Commerce Association in the Philippines, parang we know that we have met our objectives when the association is already irrelevant, meaning because by that time everything is already gone digital. Yung sari-sari store digital na, yung nagtitinda sa palengke digital na. So by the time when everything is digital, the association will be then irrelevant, and that's the only time that we know that we already did our job and our share for MSMEs, no. And in terms of, again, future proofing the business, the lifeblood of the business always be the entrepreneur. And the entrepreneur should not be married to their current business model. So they should fall in love with it, because that everything is driven by passion, but they should not get married to it, because they should be ready to always adjust and tweak every at some point of their business na ano ba yung pwedeng i-digitize. And if a lot of them are afraid na mahirap yung digital, pag-aaralan ko na naman yan, well, it's not always dependent on their own capacity. Again, from the point ni Ginger kanina, they can always outsource. So we have a lot of freelancers who are actually willing to do digital related jobs that makes it a lot easier for them. And it under the freelance model, parang you only pay for particular task, no? So these are not the likes of parang it's not going to be a recurring OPEX in the process. So parang so these are some of the things that a lot of our entrepreneurs should be considering. And again, as a community as a whole, no, so there's plenty of resources, and especially this time, no, it's a perfect time to learn. We have so much time to kill, and let's try to use it wisely. No, there are a lot of resources. There's a lot of online webinars like this one with Olern. There's a lot of online content and ebooks that a lot of us can read. There's a lot of YouTube content that we can actually watch. And parang yung mga tanong kanina, how do we start digital? Well, isa-isahin mo lang. So from storefront to payments, and maybe yung processes inside of the business. So everything technically can be digitized. Kaya nga ako personally, our fearless forecast is this is going to be the new normal, no? The new business as usual is digital.
Yeah, and very well said. The new business is digital. New business model is digital. Yeah. Thank you so much, MJ. So again, that's MJ, Executive Director of Digital Commerce Association. And let me bring in Jaypee. Yan, Jaypee. So yeah, we're talking about the new business normal. So what do you think?
Wait, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
So, ako, fearless forecast, there will be a very, very big curve that will happen. People will onboard, will jump to digital, but only the persistent will survive. What I mean about persistent is sino yung will seek out to learn, will seek out to get guided, sino yung maghahanap ng mentors, sino yung siseryosohin, yun ang magsasurvive. So there'll be a gradual jump, and then magpo-fall off, bababa. mag-fall off yung mga hindi naman talaga sila seryoso.
Yeah.
And then you'll see another plateau and then up again. So that will happen the next 1 to 2 years, I guess. Especially now, magsisimula yung akyat niyan because everyone has the time to do it. Every time has the opportunity to do it. And just this, everything that's happening, everyone needs something new. Akyat yan. So, guys, sana walang pababa, diba? We want everyone to keep on that straight line going up. So please be persistent. Please, na-mention ni MJ, na-mention ni RJ, na-mention ni Ginger, dadami yung mga online learning, dadami yung mga mentor me sessions. Afi, I'm sure we'll have a lot of more mentoring me sessions. Go Negosyo, it will always be there. Hindi porket bumalik sa normal, meaning balik na tayo sa tindahan, Facebook na lang ako para makipag-chismisan. Gamitin nyo in the right way. And for sure, sigurado tuloy-tuloy pag-akyat. So let's hope for that na tuloy-tuloy pag-akyat.
Yeah, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Jaypee. Para siyang ningas kugon, no? Ayaw tayo pang ningas kugon na mag-start, mag-start afterwards. Ay, ayaw na, balik na lang tayo sa dati. But again, if this becomes the new normal, business normal, then that means those who will not be able to jump and what you call this, transition, sustain and transition to the new normal, then will perish. So I think that's a very good observation na itong nangyayari ngayon, there are a lot of opportunities, but in the end, if your business will not be able to cope with these changes, just like what happens in the past, and RJ mentioned about yung mga plagues, etc., diba? So if we are not able to overcome this, walang mangyayari, we will perish. So I hope yung mga entrepreneurs and business owners who are watching now will be able to realize na this can be, or this will be the new normal, and you have to go digital. Otherwise, you'll perish. Ayan. Anything else? You invite them again, Jaypee, to check out Unionbank Global Linker.
Please, it's unionbank.globallinker.com. Please check it out. Sign up is for free. Hindi yan subscription. Hindi yan kailangan may account kayo sa Unionbank. It's totally for free. Wherever you are, whether you are a registered business, a starting business, an enterprise, a small, medium, a micro, doesn't matter. It's all about the networking. It's all about the tools, the digital transformation. Global Linker is there for you. And we are always there for you. We're just one message away inside Global Linker. So please sign up.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Unionbank, for providing that tool, Unionbank Global Linker to SMEs. Yan, okay. Let me just put in my co-host. Yan, okay. So thank you so much again, Jaypee, for doing this with Olern. Yeah.
Thank you,
Sir Jaypee.
Yeah. Okay, Sir Eric. Ayan, we're down to the last few. Yeah, last words.
Well, thank you to all of our panelists tonight. Truckloads of information, encouragement, and a bright future after this. And there are challenges that has to be faced. There are some realities that has to be accepted. And as our speakers have said, it's the will to transform. It's the energy to sustain. Otherwise, you'll see, unfortunate demise of our enterprise. So thank you very much to our panelists. I apologize. I've been lost for quite some time because of my audio. And but then again, key takeaways are very clear and very much appreciated. Sir Jerry?
Yes, yon. So thank you so much sa mga nanonood. Again, thank you so much sa ating mga speakers. Si Mr. RJ Ledesma, co-founder of Mercato Centrale and EnterPH and Easy Franchise. Si Mr. Jaypee Soliman, Vice President, Unionbank SME Platforms Head. We also had Ms. Ginger Arboleda, COO, Taxumo, and founder of Manila Workshops and also a blogger. And si Mr. MJ Panganiban, Executive Director of Digital Commerce Association. And sa inyong lahat na nanonood and who stick with us tonight, I hope maraming kayong natutunan. Marami ba? Please feel free na mag-comment. Ano yung key insights na natutunan nyo this tonight? And sabi nga na ni Sir Eric, truckloads of information, very helpful insights. So thank you so much sa mga nanonood and hope to see you again. Again, this is Jerry Ilao. I'm the co-founder of Olern. So we're doing this in the service of SMEs. We're doing e-learning seminars, forums to help you out navigate in this very challenging time. So again, thank you so much for watching and see you tomorrow again for Olern Live, Sir Eric, di ba? Yes, so thank you so much and have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.